Tara, the Bacon Vixen, and owner of a little company called thestickypig.com, and I'm really excited because this is my first video ever, and I'm going to show you how to make candied bacon. And it was this recipe that was the catalyst for me to start my company, thestickypig.com, 3 years ago, and my life has changed dramatically since then. So I'm very excited to share this recipe with you. So let's get started, shall we? Before I talk about bacon, I wanted to talk about what you're gonna bake the candied bacon on. So first and foremost, you're gonna get a sheet pan. Don't use a cookie sheet. You don't want anything flat because obviously, I shouldn't have to say this, but bacon is greasy and you need something to catch the grease on. And I've also lined the pan with some tin foil because bacon grease plus sugar equals a sticky mess. And although I love sticky messes, I don't want them on my pans. And then you're going to get one of these. These are actually a cooling rack. And they're probably not meant for the oven, but I've been using them for years and I'm still alive, so you're probably fine. And I just place that on top of the pan, and it's perfect because that way the grease can drip down and then the bacon can bake evenly. If you feel more comfortable, you can spray the rack with Pam if she doesn't mind. Alright, so your bacon I'm going to actually show you a couple recipes. The first one is just the generic, simple, original recipe, just like fried chicken, kind of original bacon candy recipe. So for the original one, you can use whatever type of bacon that you like. So if you like a really smoky bacon, then go for it. When I show you some of the other flavor options, you're going to want to tone down the smokiness of the bacon because bacon is already such a powerful flavor on its own. It's going to completely mask the other flavors. So I'll show you that in a moment. Alright, so let's do this thing, shall we? Here's the original recipe. In this bowl I have the 1 cup of brown sugar, and I'm going to add a ½ teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Now if you're allergic or you don't like it spicy, of course you can omit it, or you can add a little bit more, or you can change the pepper altogether and you can use black pepper or maybe a mixture of black pepper, cayenne, ancho chili pepper, New Mexico chili pepper, all or any of the above. The choices are yours. So once it's well mixed, I'm just going to take my piece of bacon in the bowl. You're going to cover it all the way back and front, and then you're just going to lay it on your sheet pan. So easy. I've seen candy bacon done in a lot of different ways. Ones where you brush on the sugar, you make a paste out of it, and you half bake it, and that's just a lot of steps. And this one is just super easy and fast. Okay. So my oven is preheated to 350, and I like to bake mine about 30 to 45 minutes depending on how well done you like your bacon. I kind of like mine burnt a little bit, slightly burnt. It gets that like crispy, sugary crunchiness that is so wonderful about candy bacon. Oh, a little tip. When you are done, you take it out of the oven, it's to your liking. You must do this. Just kind of peel the bacon off and set it back on, because if you don't do that right away, it's going to set on the rack, and then you're going to end up scraping it off, and that's just no good, right? Alright, so pretending like I just make that. Before I show you the finished product, actually, I wanted to talk to you about some of the variations that you can do to the original recipe. One really easy addition is a teaspoon of cinnamon. Teaspoon of cinnamon, and that completely, it's so simple, it completely changes it in an amazing way. Just one little spice, right? Cinnamon. And then one of my favorites, it's a little bit more exotic, is my coconut curry. Sweet coconut curry. And I like to use a curry from the Spice Hunter. It's salt-free and it has a little bit more ginger in it, so it's a bit more on the sweeter side. And remember what I was telling you about amplifying or pumping up the volume of the spices? This is where you're going to add a little bit more than you might think. So to my 1 cup of brown sugar, I will add at least 2 tablespoons of the curry. And I always taste it just to make sure. Sometimes I add a little bit more and I don't really pay attention to the exact measurements. So it's always about, this is your recipe. So if you want a little bit more, a little bit less, you can do that. Then to the 1 cup of brown sugar, I also add these finely shredded coconut, dried coconut pieces. And that just kind of gives it a little bit more of a bite. And coconut as well. I love coconut. If you're allergic or don't like coconut, take it out. Again, this is your recipe. Some other fun additions to the original, which is just the 1 cup of brown sugar and the cayenne pepper, this is pumpkin pie spice. So again, I would probably add about 2 tablespoons of that. Or this one is a Chinese 5-spice that also works well. Whatever you add, you want to make sure that the spice is more on the sweeter side than the savory side, because your bacon is already salty and savory on its own. Alright, so I'm going to show you the final product. Really exciting. Alright, so this one's a cinnamon one. And then we have our coconut curry. You can see this one's a little bit yellow. This one's darker. This one is actually the curry one is so good. It's actually one of my favorites. I get a lot of compliments on this one. People don't expect that those 2 flavors go well together, and they really, really do. Quite nicely, as a matter of fact. And then I played around and I made little hearts. This one's a little curry heart, and this one's a cinnamon. And then I just kind of decorated this one with some white chocolate and some pink and red sanding sugar, because I love baking candy so much. And you will too. So you're going to make this for your next party and watch people's reactions. It's amazing. They are going to fall in love with you, and you're going to get at least 5 marriage proposals. Minimum 5. I guarantee it. So that's that. That's how you make bacon candy. I'm really excited for you to try it in your kitchen, and I want to hear from you. So please leave me some sweet bacon love. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, I want to hear. I will answer them for you personally. You can also send me a note at thebaconvixen@thestickypig.com. This video, as well as many more that I do, and the recipes will also be on thebaconvixen.com. And if you have a moment, subscribe to my newsletter, and also check out thestickypig.com so you can see the little bacon truffles that I make as well. So, alright, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again in another bacon video. Bye. So here we have a finished piece of bacon candy, and it is crispy and golden brown and sweet and sticky, and I wanted to share it with you. I hope that you go home and make this yourself. So good. Perfect. Bacon in candy form. It's mouth-gasmic for sure.